Hi you guys, welcome back. My name's Liz. I'm the owner of eBiz with Liz. If you haven't been here before, welcome. I put out FBA related videos weekly, so stay tuned for next week's video. Today we are going to talk about Q4 tips. As you guys know, we are approaching one of the biggest sales times of the year. There are a bunch of holidays coming up, a bunch of sales, so we want to make sure that we are not only ordering correct inventory, but ordering it on time so we can take full advantage of all these sales. So if you want to learn more, stay tuned. We're going to just hop right in. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about are important dates that are upcoming, because there are a bunch that you should be aware of and you should be thinking of right now. So the first one is obviously Black Friday. Black Friday is a huge shopping day for retailers around the US, and it is a huge day for Amazon. Black Friday did very well last year, and so did Cyber Monday. So Black Friday is November 29th, which is obviously a Friday, and then on Monday, the following Monday, we have Cyber Monday, which is going to be December 2nd. Cyber Monday grew 18% since 2017 to 2018, so it's only going to get so much crazier and bigger. So we want to take full advantage of the sales this year in 2019. So make sure that you are marking your calendar and getting ready. I'm assuming it's going to be kind of like Prime Day, where they have the Prime Day exclusive discount, but nothing has been released on that quite yet. And then on Wednesday, December 25th is Christmas, so you can only imagine up to that day there are going to be high sales. So make sure that you are clicking the button inside of your inventory, if you haven't already, that says allow this product to be a gift, because a lot of people do choose gift wrapping. It makes it easier, especially when they're shipping it directly to whoever they're giving it as a gift. So make sure you have that checked. It doesn't cost anything to you. It's an additional fee that the consumer pays. So it only increases your sales. So make sure you have it checked. And then the last thing that is really important about Q4, but it's an outside date, is the Chinese New Year, which you should be planning your inventory in advance. If you are not familiar with the Chinese New Year, it is February 5th, and it is a month-long break that Chinese suppliers, factories, all shut down and take a break. You will not be able to communicate with your supplier in that month, so you need to order your inventory in advance. And like I said, that's February 5th, so you have about a month in between Christmas and Chinese New Year to kind of get everything settled and figured out. But we want to make sure that we are ordering our inventory far in advance so that you can, maximize your profits and not spend a lot on shipping. Okay, so now that we've covered all of the important dates, we need to cover how much inventory we should be buying, because obviously your sales will increase dramatically during this time frame, and so we want to make sure that we do not go out of stock, because the production times take a lot longer during this period. Imagine all of your suppliers' customers are all trying to reorder at this point, so production is going to take longer, and then shipping gets a bit more expensive during this period too, because it's more competitive. So how much should we be ordering for inventory? I would say if you do not have sales history from last Q4, you should be tripling or doubling your inventory. So let's say you are selling 500 units a month. I would move that to either 1,000 or 1,500 units planned for a single month. So that is something to keep in mind. If you do have sales history, you can just go back to your previous sales and see how much you sold from October to December to put in, a fair amount of inventory. And you also want to take into consideration if you have acquired new keywords since that time, it would be beneficial for you to order even more than what you ordered last year if you've acquired more keywords and your product has gotten higher in rank and everything like that. Okay, so what does a good timeline look like? Right now it is September 2019, it's mid-September, so we haven't jumped into Q4 yet, but it is right around the corner. So if you haven't already, you need to go and talk to your supplier right now and get orders in so that you can maximize your sales for Q4. Like I said earlier, production times do take a bit longer because they are getting much more orders in. So make sure that you are putting in your order ASAP. And then also, if you have enough time, I highly recommend doing sea shipping as always to maximize your profits, but if you do not have enough time, you can always look at air shipping as an option. But try and, really jump on it. This is great for if you are just reordering. You and your supplier should have a pretty solid agreement and understanding on how reorders work by now. But if this is your first product and you want to get one out for the holidays, what I would recommend is just doing a test order per usual. With every product, you don't want to order a mass amount, especially now in Q4, because inventory storage fees are much higher than they are in other seasons. They jump up to, I think, 3-4 times the price. I'll put the exact numbers on the screen right here. But if this is your first time ordering the product, you don't know how well it will sell, and it's going to take you longer to get to page 1. So you do not want to be sitting on a bunch of inventory that's not moving, because that will get expensive. Honestly, I did launch a product last year around this time, and I wasn't highly affected by storage fees. But if you do have a bigger product, it will hit you harder, obviously. One other thing that I wanted to mention is if you are trying to launch a product during Q4, like always, do not try and rush it, because if you start cutting corners and trying to save some time, you miss something very vital. So make sure you are still taking your time, making sure it's a quality product, a product that actually belongs on the market, and it's not just kind of a half-ass mimicky products. So make sure you are putting out a great product, and take your time and don't rush it. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But things sell on Amazon all year long, so any time is a good time to launch a product. Okay, so let's just say, for instance, if you reordered today, mid-September, and then your production time took about 15 days, everything was ready and prepped and shipped out at the beginning of October, it should get to Amazon's warehouse like the end of October, beginning of November, if you did like sea shipping. So that would give you about a month before Black Friday and Cyber Monday to get some keyword ranking and really come up with a strategic plan for the holiday season. So I would recommend making sure you get your product ready and on the Amazon shelves by November. Let me remind you that it does take Amazon longer to check in your individual inventory into the warehouse during Q4 because they are getting so many shipments per day. So like, let's say normally it is 2 or 3 days that it takes for your inventory to get shipped in. Well, now it may take 7 to 9 days, plus then you have all of that inventory in reserve that's being moved around to different warehouses. So keep that in mind. So that's why I say it like the first week of November is kind of the deadline for when you want to have it arrive to Amazon. And another step I would recommend taking in November, I would say by the end of November, is to have talked to your supplier and make sure that you have all your inventory set up for Chinese New Year, because Chinese New Year is going to be February 5th to about, the first week of March. And then your supplier will have their exact dates of when their factory will be closed. So make sure you get those right away and start prepping for that. But you want to make sure that you have enough inventory for February and March, because if you are placing an order like right at the beginning of March when they are just coming back from their holiday, it is going to be really backed up. Everyone is putting orders back in right when all of the factory employees get back from their holiday. So make sure that you are accounting for both February and March in your inventory. All right, you guys, I hope this helped you understand what dates are coming up and how important they are. Making sure that you are ordering enough inventory and you're ordering it very soon. If not, already have it in the works. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about the Chinese New Year or Black Friday or Cyber Monday, let me know. I'd be happy to help you. Other than that, I hope you have an awesome Q4 and sell a bunch of stuff. If you have already sold in Q4, leave your experiences below and let other new FBA sellers know how you did, because it's really exciting. your sales do jump dramatically. So even if you are launching a brand new product, you are going to be seeing the best few months that you will for a while. But you know, it's a very exciting time for FBA sellers and shoppers alike. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more FBA related videos, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.